butt pain, glute pain. Why do we have glute pain? I'm gonna say 3 reasons why. Number 1, flexibility. Number 2, strength. And number 3, range of motion. So let's go over the flexibility. Come with me. Walk this way. No, walk this way. What movie is that from?
I don't.
Do you know? You don't know?
No.
Young Frankenstein. Walk this way. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you some stretches to do, and this is the one stretch you need to do. Here's the reason why. Because all day long, most people sit down on what body part?
Their butt.
Their butt, their glutes. And so you get this compression and your hip always stays in a flexed position. So you're always in a seated position. So it's no wonder after 8 hours of sitting like this, you get up and you're like, oh man, because your hips are flexed. So what you do is you find a chair, and it's important to find a chair that doesn't have wheels. That's important. You'll soon figure out why. So you put the chair against a wall or something like that, a chair that won't move, and you're gonna put one foot up like this, one foot back. If you can notice, the foot is pointed straight ahead. It's not pointed that way, okay? So straight ahead, you bend this knee, keep your torso up, stretch like this, and right there you're stretching your hip flexors, but more importantly, you're stretching your hip capsule of your hip that's allowing the glute to be activated to go backwards like that. Can you see the horse kick like that? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. So our hips never go backwards. We're always in this position. We're never in this position. So any type of stretch that makes your hip go backwards like that is beneficial. Number 2, strength. You need this. I'll put a link down below in the description so that you can get this. You get them on Amazon. I'm an Amazon affiliate, yada, yada, yada. I get a half a cent if you buy one. It doesn't matter. But what you do is you put this onto your legs right above your knees. And then you do what I call the junior high or middle school dance. And every boy knows how to do this. We're all taught how to dance. You take a side step and then bring it back. Side step and bring it back. This is how everybody of my generation dances. We dance side to side like this. Now the key is to make sure that you do this with the knee leading the way. You see how that does? Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so the knee leads it. So in other words, it's not just a junior high dance, but it's a junior high dance cowboy style. So you put your thumbs in your belt buckle, you look like you're on a horse stance, and this is the dance. Now I can't put any cowboy music to this because we'll get demonetized on YouTube, but this is how you dance, okay? Now eventually you're gonna start getting a lot of fatigue on the side of your butt called the gluteus medius and gluteus minimus muscles, and that is how you strengthen it. You can literally do 3 sets of this. You go back and forth until total fatigue. 3 times a week will strengthen the butt like nobody's business. The last thing is range of motion. Now I'm going to demonstrate this without holding on to the wall, but for most people, 9 out of 10 people, you should be holding on to something. What we're going to do is put the hip through an entire range of motion. Just like an elbow or a shoulder is healthy only if you use its full range of motion. So how you use a range of motion of a hip is you're going to bring it upwards like this to full flexion. Can you get the entire body, or is that okay? Is it working?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You will then bring the hip outward like this. Notice my belly button is still pointed that way. I'm not rotating my whole body. So full flexion, full this direction, then try to rotate it and then bring it back and then stretch it backwards. Again, this is like the stretch we did before. Then you're gonna bring it up as if you're going over the hurdles when you're doing track, and over like this. That's the greatest range of motion that you can get. So looking at it this way, full flexion, outward, take this, rotate it, bring it back, just like this, and then again over hurdles, just like this. You do these 3 things and your glutes are no longer gonna be a pain in the